of the world's most powerful business leaders decided that the movie you watch, the ideas you believe, or even the values you hold are wrong. Is that leadership, or is that influence turning into control? Hi everyone, today we are diving into a fascinating question. Should politicians and business leaders impose their personal beliefs on the general public? And we will use one of the biggest controversies of the year as our case study, and that is Elon Musk versus Christopher Nolan's blockbuster movie, The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's adaptation of The Odyssey has become a major critical and commercial success. However, Elon Musk publicly criticized the film, arguing that its casting choices reflected ideology rather than historical authenticity. He encouraged criticism of the film and even announced that his AI platform, Grok, would create what he called a historically accurate version of The Odyssey. Whether you agree with Musk or not isn't really today's topic. The bigger issue is this: when someone has enormous wealth, political influence, millions of followers, and owns one of the world's biggest communication platforms, where is the line between expressing an opinion and shaping public opinion? The bigger question: every citizen has freedom of speech. Elon Musk has every right to dislike a movie. Christopher Nolan has every right to make the movie he wants. The audience has every right to decide whether to watch it or not. That's how a free society works. But the conversation changes when influential people actively try to mobilize millions of people to reject art, products, books, or ideas simply because they personally disagree with them. The same question applies to politicians. Should a politician use government power to tell citizens what books are acceptable, what businesses should support, what values people should adopt? History shows us that once leaders begin deciding what everyone else should think, freedom gradually gives way to conformity. Both sides of the argument. Now, to be fair, there are two legitimate perspectives. One side says leaders have influence because people trust them. If they believe something is harmful, whether it's misinformation, unhealthy products, or cultural trends, they should speak up. After all, silence can also be irresponsible. That's a reasonable argument. But here is the other side. When leaders, whether political or corporate, have enormous influence, they also carry enormous responsibility. People often mistake influence for truth. Followers may stop thinking independently and simply adopt whatever their favorite billionaire or politician believes. That can create echo chambers instead of healthy debate. The real issue isn't whether Elon Musk is right, or whether Christopher Nolan is right, or whether politicians are right. The real issue is whether any powerful individual should become the referee of society's values. Democracy depends on citizens making their own decisions. Markets depend on consumers making their own choices. Art depends on creative freedom. Science depends on open debate. None of these thrive when a single powerful voice, whether from government or business, tries to dictate the outcome. Here are the key takeaways. I think politicians should govern, not parent. Business leaders should innovate, not define morals. Filmmakers should create, and audience should decide. Influential people absolutely have the right to express their opinions, but they should be cautious about using their immense power to pressure society into accepting only one worldview. Because today, it may be a movie. Tomorrow, it could be your favorite book, your business, or even your own beliefs. So, what do you think? Should influential leaders actively shape society's values, or should they simply present their views and let people decide for themselves?